Hi, my name is Zainab Adishipede, and this is Attitude Day 20. My God, I wish this would not end, but no, every good thing comes to an end eventually. Our devotional topic for today is attitude to worship. And this is no offense to the other Bible stories, but this is my favorite Bible story. But I'm going to read the verse for today, and then I'll give us a backstory to, the Bible verse that we read. And it is in the book of John, chapter 4, verse 24. It says, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. So, like I said, I was going to give us a backstory. Jesus was on his journey, going about doing his thing with his disciples. And so he was meant to go to a city. But funny thing is, to get to the next city that he was meant to go to, there's a shorter cut for him to get there faster. But Jesus was like, you know what? I want to take the longer route because there's someone's worship that is calling out. And to amaze you to know that this person is a Samaritan woman at the well. And this woman, when she was engaging with Jesus, when Jesus was practically waiting for her by the well, when she came with her, her bucket to get water at the cool of the day. And Jesus was already waiting for her. And by the time she got there, she began to engage with Jesus. And Jesus began to ask her questions. She was like, are you a prophet? Are you a teacher? But there was a point they got in the conversation. She said, are you Christ? She had to ask that kind of question because no one was able to tell her life story the way Jesus did. And he was not coming from a place of condemnation. Jesus brought her to a place of worship. And that was why we read the Bible first. And Jesus was trying to explain to her that, all those places where people tell you, this is a perfect place to worship, this is a perfect center to worship. Jesus said those things no longer exist. That your worship must come from a place of truth and in your spirit. It's going to be, worship will be for a place of communing with the Spirit of God. So let's get to the thought. When you worship, it shows your total devotion to God. But worshiping God definitely does have an attitude to it. Worshiping in truth and spirit. Worship doesn't mean that you have to be in a specific location, but state of the heart. Our entire being, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And get even deeper, where your spirit is in constant worship. It is more of a consciousness of who you're worshiping, irrespective of where you find yourself. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you worship God by putting Him first as your priority. How you serve and show up for your family with the right attitude and sincerity of heart. Look at the Samaritan woman, the story that I just explained. She was going to fetch water for her household, but her heart was so fixed on God. Her search for the one true God was so loud that it was able to detour Jesus on his journey to meet with her, because her heart was yearning for the one true God. And in the course of the conversation, her quest was revealed. Even in the midst of our confusion and uncertainty, can your heart still be in total devotion to God? Worship is not an activity or a location, but it is based on a heart matter. Dear God, thank you for teaching me to always be constantly in worship with you. Let me come to the understanding that worship is in everything that I do. Teach me to worship you constantly and continuously, even in the midst of my day-to-day activities. Amen. And reflections today is, what is worship to you? How can you define worship? The second reflection is, have you recognized areas in your life that you have denied God your worship? And the third reflection is, how do you intend to cultivate a culture and an attitude continuing to worship to God? And the attitude I'm going to leave us with today: worship is my entire being, responding to God in spirit and truth. Wow, isn't this amazing? Lord, I think we should just take our time to truly pour out your hearts before God and tell Him how much you want Him to come into your heart and how much you long to worship Him and just to be in His presence and just to love upon Him. I think it's also important to know that God is also very, very much interested in having that communication with you. And I pray that as your worship to God deepens in a private place, in your spirit, that you come to reverence God for who He truly is. And you come to a place where you and Him alone can just dance to that tune that He sings in your heart. What an amazing time it has been. And I pray that as you worship, even in spirit and in truth, in your place of prayer, in place of worship, as you sing, as you dance, as you clap, as you do all of that, let it come from a place of your heart. Let it be heartfelt. Thank you so much for going through the devotional with me today. I hope this has blessed you as much as it has blessed me. I can't wait to have you for the final date. Thank you, and God bless you. Have an amazing day and enjoy worshiping your Father.